Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews, and today we've got ourselves another Jurassic World Rebirth Pop Funko. Yes, there have been so many that have recently released. I've just got so many to get reviews up for here on the channel, and this time we have the Quetzalcoatlus, and I'm very excited to see this one entering the line. I don't recall if there were any pterosaurs previously in the Pop Funko line for Jurassic World, but I don't personally remember any, so I think that makes this one pretty fun. You can see the packaging is definitely going to be the same. The entire way through the packaging has been exactly the same for pretty much each and every release, just again changing up whatever figures on the packaging. So let's pop it open and check it out. So here is our little Quetzalcoatlus, looking pretty cool, and also including a very strong gloss coat, which I was not prepared for. I don't know why it has such a strong glossy look, but it definitely does. If we bring it in, you can really see again, it is super shiny. And it's not just in the face. As you move into the body, again, just shininess galore, so I can only assume this is a soaking wet Quetzalcoatlus. But I like the colors of this one. Again, first of all, the blues are super vibrant, but also, again, I like the colors up here in the beak, that you've got this nice patterning moving along the tip of the beak, and of course in that little crest area you have some of the orange spots. We also have this nice light tone that very smoothly transitions back to a darker tone as you lead into the head. Same deal here occurring on the lower part of the beak. We can see the tongue in there, which is a different shade of color, but does feature a really nice gloss coat, and again you can see kind of like a dark purplish tone for the inside of the mouth, which looks pretty cool. And again, you also have a nice black eye right there, which you can see. Pretty much all of the Rebirth Pop Funkos have had that going through, except for the Carno, which had a yellow eye. As you move to the top of the head, for the most part, again, the texturing is pretty smoothed out. You can very clearly see differences when it comes to the level of glossiness from one spot to another. Also an ugly seam on the top of the head. You have a few of those, again, kind of like quills or something sticking off of the back of the head of the Quetzalcoatlus, as well as some okay looking detail moving down along the back of the head. You have some more blue, that kind of patterns here along this side, and then of course an orange on the underside of the throat very briefly. As you move down into the body of the Quetzalcoatlus, again, it looks like it's covered in pycnofibers, sort of, as far as this version goes, but it's hard to really tell. But you can definitely see that gloss coat is ridiculously strong as you move down. You can see kind of like a reddish brown for the undersides of the wings and then down into the feet, as well as the undersides of the back of the skin here on the rear legs. You can definitely get a better look at that here when you move back. But again, texturing-wise, it's pretty much non-existent when it comes to the skin of the feet and everything. You can see the claws are painted though on the feet, which is nice to see. As you move up along the back of the pterosaur, again, like I said, it really looks like it's covered in pycnofibers as far as this version goes. You can see the little tail, and again, the very strong glossy look of this one. As you move out into the wings, you again have the blue, but you also have the darker gray that kind of runs along the outer edges of the wings and then kind of patterns in, but that blue is super vibrant. No texturing at all in the actual wings, it looks like, but again, the fact that the wings just shine so nice with that very vibrant blue looks super cool on the pterosaur. And obviously you can see a little turn in the head and stuff, and slightly different positioning from side to side when it comes to the feet, but overall, again, it doesn't look too different from side to side, I guess, but still a pretty cool figure. Definitely happy to see the Quetzalcoatlus getting some love in the Pop Funko line as well. When it comes to a size, it is exactly what the size you would expect, like totally a standard sized Pop Funko, around 4 inches or 10 centimeters. You're not going to get much in the way of like a length or anything for a size comparison. There is Mr. Papo T-Rex, the Attack Pack Colovosaurus, Robert Muldoon, and the Collect Day Human Being next to our Pop Funko Quetzalcoatlus, and you can very clearly see again, it's definitely quite small and pretty much the standard size range for one of these figures. And again, when it comes to Pop Funkos, I don't feel like we ever need all that many comparisons, but for another one here, we have the D-Rex, who is staring down the back of the neck of the Quetzalcoatlus, contemplating biting it, again giving you another idea of a size here. And then we've also got the classic T-Rex figure, again, that's been out for quite some time from the Pop Funko line, next to the Quetzalcoatlus, showing you that again these two are pretty much the same size. So this one is a little bit weird, but still kind of striking. I think the gloss coat on it is super off-putting, definitely looks strange, and considering some areas of the figure have a much stronger gloss coat than others, makes the figure look kind of awkward, even more so. But the thing I think I like the most about this one is the actual paint application, because there is a good bit of color added to it, and it definitely stands out because of it. So I have to give them props as far as the paint apps go. They look really cool on this Quetzalcoatlus. It's just the sculpt is, you know, pretty lackluster. There's not much in the way of fine detail, and I get there never is when it comes to Pop Funko, but I feel like there's even less in this version. Of course, there's all the seams that you're used to when it comes to these figures, but I just feel like they could have found a way to include a little bit more detail on it. Either way, it is still a pretty cool looking figure, and again, it's neat to actually have a Quetzalcoatlus now in the Pop Funko line, especially one that visually is as striking as this one is. So if you are interested, I will include a link in the description to where I purchased mine, again from the Pop Funko store. So pick it up if you want it, again through the link in the description, and like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.